with the blessing. Oh lama, that's my sifu punya perspective. Nah, okay, come. Proceed.
Okay. Okay. So today fourth Jumad al-Awwal, and I refer to Surah 4, Ayah 79, from Surah An-Nisa, which says, ما أصابك من حسنة فمن الله وما أصابك من سيئة فمن نفسك.
You refer to Surah 4, verse 9.
Surah An-Nisa 4,
verse 79.
Verse 79. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So the verse is ما أصابك من حسنة فمن الله وما أصابك من سيئة فمن نفسك وأرسلناك للناس رسولا وكفى بالله شهيدا. So the translation says, whatever good, O man, happens to thee is from Allah, but whatever evil happens to thee is from your own soul. And we have sent thee a messenger to instruct mankind, and enough is Allah for a witness. So what I extract from this ayah is, first, whatever happens to you, a good thing is from Allah. So what I get from this is that anything good and everything comes from Allah is good. So all from Allah means that nothing happens unless Allah allows it to happen as well. So we have to know that everything happens for a good reason. Even if something bad happens, and this ayah mentions that if something bad happens, that is from your own doing. But do not think that this happened because Allah wanted us to experience something bad. Never like that. It is a consequence of our bad doings, but it is for a good reason. So anything bad happens, it is at the end eventually for a bad reason. And also, good is not limited to this life only. Good in many cases refers to the life even in the hereafter, because sometimes people, those who have cancer or those who suffer from chronic diseases, they might think, oh, why am I living this life? It's not good at all. But Allah will reward them a better life in the hereafter. So everything happens for a good. And there even might be better for Allah than us, that they suffer and they get higher rewards. And also, if we were to do bad things, then we will have bad consequences. So as I said, yeah, bad doings will have bad consequences, but it is all for a good reason, for us to learn from these bad doings and to learn from them. And then Allah says, we have sent you, Muhammad, the Prophet, to instruct the mankind, and enough is Allah for a witness, because the Prophet was sent for the Ummah, for people, to guide people, but not to look after them. Like, it is your bad doing, you bear your own consequences, and Allah witnesses all those. So you don't have to Islam isn't a burden for the Prophet to watch people. It's their life. They were guided, so then they do their good doings, they receive rewards. The bad doings, they receive consequences. So that's all.
Okay, this one, Eva. Okay, thank you very much, Eva. Right, for the study. Surah 4:79. I read the translation in Malay. Apa je kebaikan, nikmah, kesenangan yang kau dapati makaya adalah dari Allah. Ya? All the good things from Allah. Apa je bencana, whatever, all bad things and from ini adalah dari kesalahan. The bad consequences also from yang kami telah mengutus engkau. Alright. Because when I look at the nikmah, kesenangan, the good things, right? I always think in the moment I have perform the subuh prayer, and when we reflect on ourselves, oh Allah, syukur for today I still been given life together with the nikmah. I can still see, I still can hear, I still have my family. And I also wonder, how about tomorrow? Are we still will granted this type of nikmah? Because anytime Allah can retract it. And also, how many people from around our past, and either we know or no, right? The moment they wake up in this morning, they lost their family, they lost their nikmah, their eyes, hearing, maybe every death, accident, whatever. That's the kind of nikmah being reflected to Allah. That is why when give some time to us to reflect to ourselves every morning, syukurilah, thanks to Allah for giving us the nikmah till today. And because of the Allah nikmah also, you still can meet here. You are now in a week plus, man. Still can do, you can healthy, even though maybe you not enough sleep you stress to finalize your project, to prepare for the final presentation, but still, we still have our nikmah. We still can see, we still can hear, we still can think, we still healthy, and we still have family. All right, thank you, Heba. Okay, next. Continue. Hikmah kesenangan.
So the verse that I take is 4:4, Surah Nisa verse 4, which the translation means Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, give women their dower in good cheer. Then if they forego some of it of their own will, you may have it as pleasant and joyful. So the keyword that I take from this is mahar, or dowry. Mahar is something to show that to show values of the woman that the man marry, and then so what I get from this is that when a man want to marry a woman, they must give mahar to show their readiness and their willingness to take that woman as their wife. So in as a Muslim, as everything has its value. So take everything. It means that nothing is free in the world. So take so you must show your willingness and your hard work to achieve something in everything that you want to do, like the marriage. Okay, that's all.
Okay, thank you. You're not in the studio, Elia, eh?
Not yet.
Okay, not yet. So are you coming? Or you not coming?
Yes.
You're coming, okay. So I'll see you later. Okay, Elia share with us about mahar. Mahar, pemberian perkahwinan. Okay, we in Islam, mahar is when we want to marry, we give mahar to a guy, give mahar to the female lah, to the woman. But there are also other religion or other ethnic, they give mahar otherwise. If you want to marry, the girl give mahar to the man. Like happen in India, I think, right? That is why they always worry if they got a daughter. That is why, I don't know, is it related or not with the story that we always hear last time? When the girl born, they kill that baby. So they don't want, because they feel like burden. Daughter is a burden to them. That's why they kill that baby. We often hear that story. But that is why Islam is very wonderful religion. There must, as what shared by Hiba earlier, there must be a reason why Allah instruct this, and give rule this, give condition like this. There must be a reason. Okay, and then reflect to my practice. Not only if we want to marry, we give mahar, but it's also something like when we want to bid a project. Okay, especially a government project. We about to bid a tender. We want to buy the tender. We also have to give an earnest money. They call it earnest money. Means you are really, really interested with that project. That you want to buy the document and then to make sure that you return back the tender. To showing that you are really committed. If not, if you're not returning the tender, the earnest money is burned. So you will learn that earnest money. You can Google it later lah. Okay, thank you. Ilya, dowry. Mahar is dowry. Alright. Proceed. Next. Shafi.
Okay. So my verse is actually not Al-Ma'idah, it's An-Nisa. I forget to change. An-Nisa ayat 4. So the verse is Wa'atin nisa sadaqatihin nihlah. So I choose the maksudnya, dan berikanlah kepada perempuan-perempuan itu mas kawin ke mereka sebagai pemberian yang penuh kerelaan. So I choose the word the kerelaan. So in this ayah they said that if a man want to marry, they have to give the dowry to the woman, right? And when the man give the dowry, they have to give with sincerely, which is ikhlas. Not only that, in our life also, when we are doing like gaining knowledge or giving knowledge, we also have to do it with sincerely. And like in our design, also when we are doing our design, we have to do it with ikhlas. So we will feel when we are designing, and we're also easy to find the ilmu, because Allah help us because we do it ikhlas to Allah. So each of activities that we do, we have to do with ikhlas. Okay, so that's all from me.
Okay. Thank you, Shafiq, for sharing with us the same surah and verse with Ilya earlier. Ilya earlier mentioned about mahar. Now, Shafiq shared with us rela, voluntarily lah. Play with sincerity, ikhlas. Don't put another word in front of the rela. Paksa rela. You are forced to volunteer. So at the end, ada two effect lah. Either you enjoy that or you do it half-heartedly. Paksa rela kan. Okay. Thank you. Next, siapa lagi? Who's next?
Can you hear my voice?
Yes.
So for Quran sharing session today, I choose Surah An-Nisa, verse 10. Verse 10. Lupa nak tulis. So the translation in Malay, sesungguhnya orang yang memakan harta anak yatim secara zalim, sebenarnya mereka itu menelan api sepenuh perutnya, dan mereka akan masuk ke dalam api yang menyala-nyala. So from this ayat, from this verse, I choose the keyword zalim. So zalim tu bermaksud kita tidak meletakkan sesuatu ni pada tempatnya. So in relation.
Sorry, Irfan, ayat apa? Sorry, Irfan, ayat mana?
Ayat 10. Surah An-Nisa ayat 10.
Okay.
So perkataan zalim tu relation with our daily life, our surrounding, where we can see a lot of people don't care about the environment, which always littering, littering, littering everywhere. So we must alert with ourselves that sometimes the thing that we did will affect to everyone, not to ourselves, but also to environment or even to the nature and the animals. So so from this verse, we need to be berlawanan daripada zalim, which is meletakkan sesuatu pada tempat. So that's all from.
Okay, thank you, Irfan. Irfan shared with us verse 4, chapter 4, verse 10. And then shared with us the keyword zalim. Oh, siapa yang nak zalim kat sini kan? And I also like the way Irfan translate the meaning of zalim. To put something not in according to its place. The opposite meaning is adil lah kan? Adil is you put something in according to its place. But the zalim is not according to its place. Okay, actually when we talk about, because in this ayah, they said zalim to the orphanage and orphan. But actually, we can also relate with any type of zalim. Zalim, Irfan said earlier, zalim with the environment, the context or whatsoever in your design, you know. Okay, and also sometimes we also can zalim to ourselves. Okay, we apa ni? We tend to do something bad. I mean, we are zalim to ourselves lah. And then we will get sin for that. Tu nampak. Masuk ke dalam api neraka yang menyala-nyala. Jadi burning lot. Okay, thank you Irfan. Next, siapa lagi?
Me, sir.
Okay, bye.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So my Quran journal today is from Surah Yusuf, verse 4. So the ayat is Ba'da a'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. إذ قال يوسف لأبيه يا أبت إني رأيت أحد عشر كوكبا والشمس والقمر رأيتهم لي ساجدين. So this ayah or this verse is actually is related about a dream that Prophet Yusuf had, and he told his father. So actually, Nabi Yusuf, Prophet Yusuf, dream about this because that dream is a sign from Allah before Nabi Yusuf become a prophet. So the hudan that I take from this verse is Ra'aitu. Ra'aitu in Malay means I see. But in this verse, it says that I dream. Okay, so the baina that I from this verse that I integrate is something miracle, which is nowadays there's a lot of things that Allah give us that we didn't expect. Same goes to Nabi Yusuf. Nabi Yusuf or Prophet Yusuf didn't expect that he will be a prophet before Allah sent him a sign, which is from this dream. And then when he become a prophet, he need to face that's really hard for a human. So same goes to nowadays. Okay. Before Allah gives us a miracle, Allah will send us the hardness. So the things that we need to do is faith, is have faith or belief to Allah. So what I trying to say that, okay, I give an analogy. Prophet Musa didn't know that Allah will cut off the sea before Allah tell Prophet Musa to knock out his tongkat. And Prophet Ibrahim didn't know that the fire will become cool before Allah just told Prophet Ibrahim to come into the fire. And also Prophet Isa didn't know that Allah will change him to another person and just do whatever Allah said. So from all of this event, we can see that as long as we have a faith, as long as long as we believe to Allah, we will see the miracle. So the miracle that we get is actually come from the level of our belief and faith to Allah. The more we faith, the more we believe to the power of Allah, the big miracle we will get. So what we need to do is we need to increase our faith, improve our faith to Allah, and inshallah, we will see the miracle. Another thing, we can also see our lectures. I believe that Senesh didn't expect that he will become a lecturer of USIM. But he just worked hard as a student until he become like this. So before we get something big for us, we will face the challenge. As Allah said in Surah Inshirah, there's always have a easiness after hardness. It's not one easiness, but two, Allah said in that surah. So what we need to do is have a faith and believe. So clap your breath and ask your faith. So thank you. That's all for me.
Ulama Ikhwan. Kau cakap memang kau boleh jadi ahli politik lah. Saya mesti pilih. Saya undi Ikhwan. Hidup YB. Okay, thank you Ikhwan. Different surah. Surah 12 and verse 4. I really attracted with the analogy. Analogy kau puji aku kau nak apa ni mana? Nanti kita makan. Okay, and then I also take the point, the more we faith, the more we believe, the more miracle will come. MashaAllah. Okay, I really love that. Okay, thank you Ikhwan. Okay, any else? Anybody else? Who's next? Siapa? Ada lagi ke? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ya. Dan
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So for today I would like to present Surah 17 verse 4. So from the translation, dan kami menyatakan kepada Bani Israel dalam kitab itu, sesungguhnya kamu akan melakukan kerosakan di bumi iaitu di Palestin 2 kali, dan sesungguhnya kamu akan berlaku sombong, angkuh dan dengan melampau. So from this verse, apa yang dikatakan dengan kerosakan ialah yang pertama, kaum Bani Israel ni dia disregard God's commandment and dia tukar context of the Taurat. Yang kedua, dia abomination kill Zakaria and Yahya and they attempt to kill the Prophet Isa alaihi salam. So after their repentance from their doing, they were delivered by God from the misery. The kingdom was restored and they were endowed with wealth and power, both in the field of property and power in the field of defense and national defense. However, they again made a conversion, so God mobilized the enemies to destroy them. So this is a punishment in the world, and in the hereafter, they will have the punishment of hell. So what I get from this ayah is that the keyword of sombong and angkuh. So kalau kita bersikap kita tahu kesalahan kita tahu yang kita dah langgar peraturan Allah, iaitu peraturan yang paling ukur di muka. Tapi kita masih bersikap sombong dan angkuh. So kita kena kaji balik apa yang kita buat salah kita. Maksudnya kalau ada orang tegur kesalahan kita, ada orang marah ke something happen dengan apa yang kita buat tu. Ada benda yang tak kena lah. Jadi, so dekat situ kita kena ubahlah mindset kita. Jangan terlalu bersikap angkuh dengan diri, rasa macam diri tu dah kuat, dah hebat sebab dah ada kekayaan apa semua. Tapi sedangkan semua tu Allah yang bagi nikmat semua. Jadi, belajar bersyukurlah dalam suatu masa yang sama. So kesimpulan saya, janganlah kita bersikap sombong dan angkuh, terutama sekali antara manusia. So, kalau ada kesalahan ke apa-apa, minta maaf lah dengan manusia sendiri. Terima kasih.
Okay, thank you, Danny. Danny shared with us surah 17. Sains ya, verse 4. And then the keyword is arrogant. Siapa yang suka orang arrogant? Nobody like people be arrogant. Hopefully we are away from this kind of arrogance. I always practice be humble, but knowledgeable. Yeah. Ini you arrogant but not knowledgeable. Memang neraka jahanam kau. Okay, thank you, Danny. Any other? Who else? Apa lagi? Faiza dah siap ke?
Alhamdulillah dah. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So for today QJ Shine session, I would like to share with all of you Surah Maryam verse 4. So from this verse, in this verse, it tells about Prophet Zakaria where he is alone, addressing his appeal to God, away from watching eyes and. Okay. So first of all, I go back to the meaning of the verse first. Dia Zakaria berkata, ya Tuhanku, sungguh tulangku telah lemah dan kepalaku telah dipenuhi uban dan aku belum pernah kecewa dalam berdoa kepadamu, ya Tuhanku. So from this verse, Prophet Zakaria, he never give up keep on praying to Allah to ask for a child, to give a child to him. So as a human juga, we should practice to lay our troubled heart to our Lord, and also we tell her what our worries, what our concerns, rather than we share it with the human beings, because Allah knows everything in our heart. Only Allah knows our worries, and meanwhile human, they know nothing about what our true problem is. So like if you tell human, they won't be able to give the solution. But if we tell to Allah, Allah will show us the right way by giving us guidance through people, through anything that can help us to solve the problem. So in praying, we should never give up in our prayers. Allah listens to all of our dua, and it's not that Allah will not fulfill the dua, but it's the matter of time, of when it is the best for us, for Allah to fulfill the dua, and Allah knows what's best for us and what not. So that's all from me.
Thank you. Surah 19 verse 4. Okay. It is a matter of time. It's a matter of time that Allah will answer our doa. Sooner or later. Never give up when we have something. We want to have something, we keep on praying, keep on doa. But very interesting, because when Faiza shared with us Surah 19, Surah Maryam, verse 4, I also refer to the ayat rububiyah. Kan? Dekat Syaklah nanti mungkin boleh kongsi juga kot. Because the surah ni, Maryam ni, verse 1, Ka, Ha, Ya, Ain, Sad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe even Salah maybe can explain to share with us later on what are the meaning of this according to the code Jawi kan. Ka, Ha, Ya, Ain, Sad. Okay, thank you Faiza. Ada lagi? Apa? Next? Ada lagi kan? Apa lagi? Habis? Alia kan? Alia, go Alia.
Alright, so I will share about Surah 4, Ayah 4. So the keyword that I pick, the translation of this ayah dan berikanlah kepada perempuan-perempuan itu mas kahwin mereka sebagai pemberian yang wajib. Kemudian jika mereka dengan suka hatinya memberikan kepada kamu sebahagian dari mas kahwinnya, maka makanlah atau gunakanlah pemberian yang halal itu sebagai nikmat yang lazat lagi baik kesudahannya. So the keyword from this ayah that I take is mas kahwin or mahar that same surah with Ilya just now. So actually this ayah is about a responsibility for a man to woman before they get married. So the man they should give the mahar to the woman. So from this ayah that Allah already set the hukum to give the woman mahar. So we have to follow it. And also this ayah that explained about the belonging of something. So like the mahar is belong to a woman. So that we have to fulfill. We have to follow it, Allah's rule. So we cannot take other people's stuff, and we should put the right for the right people. That we have to adil. We have to adil. So as a servant, that we have to respond. We have responsibility to follow Allah's rules, because any hukum that Allah said that it have the reason behind. Alright, that's all.
Okay, thank you. Same surah di apa tadi Ilya, nama pun dah dekat-dekat lebih kurang. Ilya. Ya. And then the same keyword also mahar. Okay, but there are one word that I really affected with apa ni Alia sharing this now. Okay, about the responsibility of a man. Oh, okay. Responsibility of a man to the woman to become his wife. Okay, that is why in Islam, and Allah instructed that man should give dowry to woman, not woman give dowry to man. Okay, this is also one of the reasons, because man must be, there's a lot of responsibilities of a man lah, kan? Of course, as a man, when you married, you become a husband. Soon you will become a daddy. And then your responsibility is there. You really have to take care all of your family. Because as a man, you also as an imam, and you are also the captain in the ship. How good is the captain? If you are a good captain, and then your ship will go to the right way lah, kan? Don't not go belok-belok. Okay, thank you. Then finish. Habis. All right, thank you. Group 1. Can we give a big round of applause to Group 1 yang ada video? Jelah yang ada studio ni kan. Alright. Sini ada. Ada sini kan. Dunia cuti lagi kan. Okay. Asyik ini quarantine ke apa kan. Alright. Okay, so actually this is the first time I think there's a variety of surah and verse that you refer. Not like always 4, 1, 4, 1. There are 17:4, there are 12:4, there are also 19:4, kan? Okay, so later maybe I open to Madam Shalah to conclude the sharing earlier lah, the Quran general sharing session from Group 1. Please welcome Madam Shalah.
Okay. Thank you, Brunesh. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh.
Nak cakap salam lagi.
Jawab.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Macam tu lah jawab salam.
Okay, dah lama dengar Quran General tu senyap orang. Okay, first of all, thank you for your sharing. That's a very good sharing today. I can see that your understanding is better and better from time to time. And today, a lot of you have shared ayat Rububiyah for ayat 4 and also ayat Mulkiyah. Ayat Mulkiyah, which is for all surah ayat 4. So also Surah Ayah 4 we can actually refer, and which is Ayah Mulkiyah for everyone. And so with what you have shared, and for Ayah 4, the most important thing, of course, at Mukammat level, because in the Quran we have two types of ayah. One is Mukammat, and one type of ayah is Mutashabihat. So at Mukammat level, you can see for Ayah 4 is actually talking about about marriage, about dowry, about mahar. At our level, how do we actually use this ayah to have a binat in our situation is where we take lesson from this ayah, where there is an important relationship between two parties. So if you look at this, it's actually between one man and woman. So in our context as a student, we take that as a relationship between two parties. It can be between friends. It can be between friends. It can be between colleagues. It can be between universities, relationship between universities and MOU or something like that. So where a relationship is being created. So when a relationship is being created, two parties has to contribute fairly, or contribute ikhlas, with ikhlas in both sides. So that when we say, for example, you have you have to have a team working. Team working in your teamwork, everybody have to contribute to your best. So that means everybody contribute secara ikhlas, or sincerely, in delivering your work and so on. Then you look at the ayah in the end, then we will receive a good result in the end, when both parties can work together. When both parties can work well together and everybody contribute to the best, we will surely see a very good result in the end. Okay, so this applies in everything. Like for example, in our studio work, we actually work in team. From the beginning, we did our site analysis, we did group work together. And in fact, in the Quran journal, we actually shared this information together. If you did not prepare yourself, say for example, you did not prepare for this QJ, some of your friends will not get, other friends will not get benefit from you. But today, all of you in this group actually prepared yourself and contribute to share your knowledge. And Alhamdulillah, all of us receive that knowledge. And that is going to be positive. The result, hopefully, will be positive in the end, where our understandings towards the Quran will increase from time to time. And we are able to practice it well from time to time, insyaAllah. Hopefully, dengan keikhlasan. Dengan keikhlasan tu ilmu tu akan datang. Dengan keikhlasan you will get the good result. You don't do this QJ just because we ask you to do, or you don't do it because if there is no keikhlasan, if there's no sincerity, there's no sincerity, then you won't get the right result in the end. So for example, when Brunesh mentioned that we have the submission of QJ with so many variations, you might want to come and to tell us why, because your contribution, is it sincerely being done that way? You should have come forward and told us, we have problems with tutor or something like that. So where is the right contribution, or ikhlas, sincerely tell us what's the problem. So if you don't sincerely tell us what's the problem, then the result will be haywire. So that's why Brunesh has trouble in giving the results now, because the format has changed, a lot of things. So so this is the agreement that we have, kalau tadi in the ayah is actually about the two parties having an agreement sincerely on both sides. We have to contribute. So now we have an agreement earlier in the semester. Everybody have to submit, and these are the format, and this is how we do it. But when the submission is not as how it's supposed to be, the result is, the result is not going to be well. So, learning from this ayah, maybe we have to correct this. Some of you might come to us and say we have a problem with tutor, and sincerely, and then tell us what's the problem and we can improve and what do we do with it and so on. Not just submit your work and without explaining, without explaining why. So these are the things that we need to avoid in the future. In the future we need to avoid, like for example, a coming submission, we have certain requirements, right? We have certain requirements that all of you have to submit, and we have certain deadlines that all of you have to follow. So if you are not sincere in producing, or you're not sincere things that you need to discuss with us, ada benda yang you did not contribute properly, then the result will not be good, So learn from this ayah. And this is like a heads up of the future works that we need to do together. We need to do together. Okay, are we okay with this?
Okay.
Clear tak?
Kita tak tahu ni.
Clear, madam.
Clear, madam.
Okay, madam, clear.
Okay, all right. Okay, another ayah which is very important that has been highlighted. I'm going to pick a few which I think should be addressed. When Ikhwan shared 12 ayah 4, 12 ayah 4, which is about Nabi Yusuf. It's about Nabi Yusuf. So we have to see, it's very important of what he has highlighted, because the thing that has happened to 12 ayat 4 tadi, just have a look at it.
Nabi Yusuf.
Okay, it's about Nabi Yusuf, the miracle of his dream. It's about his dream. So he actually trying to see on how the miracle can happen to anybody. So we have to see this in the context of course, first of all, when we read the Quran, we have to see the ayah is about the Rasul. It's about Rasul. So it's good that when he reads it, he don't put himself as the Rasul, so but he learned from that. Learning from the lesson of that is very important. So that is adab dalam Quran. Learning from the pelajaran daripada ayat tu. Learning from the lesson of the ayat is very important. So every time we read the ayat, some of it is directly, because we have to understand one, all the ayah is being sent down to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's the adab. The first thing that we have to understand. All the ayah in the Quran is being sent to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam delivered it to us as the ummah. So when we read the Quran, you have to don't directly put yourself in that ayah, but receive that as if we are the ummah, and then take lesson from it. So what Ikhwan has shared just now, and who else has shared about Nabi Zakaria just now, is the same, because those are actually ayah for Rasul, so we actually have to learn the lesson from it, which is very, very important. So it's the lesson that is we need to learn. Okay, and then another thing which is very important was highlighted by Daini, 17 ayah 4, 17 ayah 4. Just a moment. Dan telah kami tetapkan terhadap Bani Israel dan kitab itu, sungguhnya kamu akan buat kerosakan di muka bumi ini 2 kali, dan pasti kamu akan menyombongkan diri dengan kesombongan yang besar. Okay, she highlighted about being sombong, being proud of himself, being angkuh. In this context, is good. That is one lesson that is very important. But another lesson which is very important in that ayah, the above ayat says, jangan buat kerosakan 2 kali. So don't do the same mistakes twice.
Yep.
Okay. So this is something that we have to learn, all of us have to learn. So you have gone through crit session, you have gone through session, table crits and so on. So there are things that has been highlighted by the lecturers, by the panels. So if you understand that, don't do the mistake twice. And don't do the mistakes twice. And you have to learn and take the lessons from, if you keep doing the mistake twice, meaning kita masih sombong, betul tak? Betul, kita masih sombong dan tak terima the instruction being given or the things that has been highlighted to us. This is wrong and this shouldn't be done, and you keep on doing it. So what is that? What is that attitude? That is actually an attitude of sombong, or attitude of being proud of yourself. Whereas we know that that is already a mistake. So try your best not to repeat that mistake twice. So orang yang bijaksana, orang yang bijaksana ini adalah maksud bijaksana. Orang yang bijaksana adalah orang yang belajar daripada kesilapan orang lain. Itu orang yang bijaksana. Of course, if you learn intelligent people, meaning is those who learn from the mistake of other people. So if you learn from the mistake of other people, meaning you have also to learn from the mistake of yourself. So don't repeat the mistake twice. Okay, so we should be learning from all the mistakes that we have done and improve ourselves for the future. So things that we have learned, say for example, say this semester you learn about services, you learn about construction. In the next semester you keep repeating that. So what is that? Meaning you have not been learning from the lesson that we have got. Kan? Kita masih sombong dengan ilmu yang kita dah dapat, kita tak nak praktis yang betul. Okay, so try to improve yourself on that, and of course this is also for me and all the lecturers. Okay, and last but not least is okay, 9 ayat 4 and also 4 ayat 79 that has been highlighted by Heba and also Faiza just now. The importance of prayers to Allah, and all the good things that is actually from Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, all the good things which is actually from Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala, which is very important, because sometimes we are in a very situation, in a hardship situation. Actually, this is a time, the hardship situation is where we have to look back on why we are in that situation. There must be a reason why. There must be steps that we took before this, which lead us to this situation. Say for example, you are in a situation where you don't have enough time to finish your work. So by the deadline. So what are the problems? You have to look back. Muhasabah balik. There must be a reason. I have maybe procrastinate certain time that has been given to me before this, then I did not manage the time properly. Then that's why I am in deep trouble now, So these are the things that you have to, when it says the bad things are actually coming because of our hands. Sebab tangan kita sendiri. Kita tak boleh salahkan Allah. Don't blame Allah if you are in a hardship situation. So when you are in a hardship situation is where you have to relook on where did we go wrong. Because there is always a reason why we are in that situation. For example, keadaan banjir, say floods happening all over now. Why? Because we have not designed the drainage properly. If you look at that, there must be a reason why. So these are the things that we have to learn from it. And last but not least is that when we say that, just a moment, I'm going to refer back. Okay, we talk about having a faith and belief to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. That is very important, that we have to keep on increasing from time to time. But how do we increase that? Is by making sure that we refer to the Quran, because that is the instruction. How do we believe to Allah? Is through the Quran. The belief will only come when we actually read the Quran. We read the Quran and use the Quran as hudan and bainat. Bainat ayat tu. When we see the clear bainat according to the hudan, then our faith is going to increase from time to time, because we see that Allah is actually with us. So then we will have that higher faith of understanding that Allah is with us all the time. If we do not read the Quran, we don't see that Allah is with us. That's where you start, you keep on blaming all the situation, blaming other people and so on. So this is where, because just now Ikhwan mentioned about belief in Allah. So the belief in Allah can only be increased when you have the Quran as a reference, and the Quran actually, you can see the bainat based on the hudan of the Quran. So what we are discussing today, there's a lot of bainat in referring to the Quran. So the faith and understanding that actually Al-Quran can really guide us with the current situation is going to increase the faith from time to time. Okay, so hopefully all of you will keep on holding to the Quran as the reference of the everyday and not release it at any time of your life. Thank you so much. Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, Madam Salah, for very informative and very long conclusion. Okay. Madam Yati, would you say anything? Yati, please.
Okay, Alhamdulillah. Thanks for Group 1 and also Madam Shala and also Bronesh for sharing the surah with us this morning. Alhamdulillah. Actually, I like words like macam zalim, kan, sombong, angkuh tu semualah. So janganlah, do not be zalim lah to ourselves, kan. Macam Bronesh cakap tu, saya setujulah. Jangan zalim kepada diri sendiri, kan. By sitting, duduk berdiam diri without seeking knowledge, kan. Dan tak nak improve yourself, kan. With any goods lah. Kita kena improve ourselves. Jangan zalim dengan diri kita. Improve every day. And then about the yang angkuh dan sombong tadi itu, do not angkuh and sombong. Dengan apa tidak, do not wanting to change for the better lah, kan. Jangan kita angkuh lah. Dan juga saya setuju dengan Madam Shala about we accept any comments for goods lah, apa-apa comment from maybe from the panel, kan. Some student dia tak boleh terima the comment from the panel maybe, kan, but kita accept the comment for goods lah, kan, for develop ourselves, kan. Always pray, doa kepada Allah, no matter what we facing lah, kan, apa saja yang kita hadapi. And be thankful to Allah, syukur kepada Allah, insyaAllah.
Okay, thank you, Madam Yati. All right. Before that, any question? Anything that you still unclear? You need further enlighten about anything about your sharing earlier? Ada, kan? Okay, if not, then let's go to the main business. Macam business juta-juta. Okay. Now we are at the end of the week 12. So next week you are in a week 13. Okay, preparation for final presentation means here, according to the schedule, according to our plan, there's no more table fit lah. We won't disturb you. You may proceed with your design. That is good or not, proceed, because we don't want to disturb you. But if you are still request want to plead, then it depends. You may request to Madam Shala, me, Madam Yati, and Madam Wan if you want to be plead more. That is based on individual or based on your group. Okay, another thing is I would like to remind you again here the final assessment. Okay. This is actually based on our discussion. Okay, still we can say informal until I issue a announcement about this. 23rd of December is your final assessment. We will change this into your submission. Means on the 23rd of December, you need to submit your project. Okay, the time we will announce it later lah. Because this 23rd is Thursday, right? Thursday, here. You can see my calendar here, 23rd is Thursday. You see, maybe we set a time maybe around 12, 1 p.m., 2 p.m. We will announce it later. It means you just have to know that 23rd is your submission. And the submission is not online, kan Kak Shala? Your submission will be in a hard copy. So I will arrange with Cik Nat. Maybe you can submit to Cik Nat and then Cik Nat will validate your
endorse.
Next, can we have both? Can we have both? Submission.
Oh, nak juga online.
Online.
Boleh juga.
Terus
Okay.
ada record. Terus ada record.
Pun boleh juga. Okay.
Sebab kita nak accreditation ni.
Boleh. I refresh back my announcement because this is formal. I will publish a formal letter. So the submission will be both lah, online in goals and also in a board hard copy. Okay. The time I will announce later. And after you submit, just a submission. There's no presentation on the 23rd. When you will present your work is on the next week lah, which is 30th. 30th of December, you will present your work. So the panel 1, panel 2 later on, I will decide also later lah, and I will announce. Okay? Any question about your submission? Semua faham? Another thing I would like to highlight here, many times I ask you to rename your file for submission, but still have few of you just do that like Quran journal, faham? Without any name in your file, because why? This is important because we have to download all your work. We have to download and then I have to arrange. If it make me easy if why I ask you to rename all your files, because there are tasks, there are project name, there are also your name, there are also your meeting number. So easy I can arrange the folder. But it really trouble me if I saw a few files. There are 10 files but no name. I have to open. Oh ni siapa ni? Taufik. I open. Oh ni Heba. Oh this one who? So please lah, please just follow the announcement. Another thing, many times also I realize we show you when we ask you to do something, we show you example, you know. We show you example. You do this, you do this, but still you not follow. I don't know what's the problem with you all, right? Especially we discussed earlier the Quran journal submission. Kan? I shared with you how your senior submit their Quran journal last time, for instance the Twitter account, kan? But still you not follow. If only 1 or 2 not following, then I okay lah. Maybe okay. This one maybe go to toilet, sleep when we give a brief. But majority, Allahu Akbar. And surprisingly, there are also few yang comply. So comply and not comply. But many is not comply. I don't know. Unless I can blame myself if I not show you the example. I ask you do this, and then I didn't show you the example. Okay, like maybe because that is student. Sometimes very hard to imagine what the lecturer said. But my method is always show, but still I can't follow. I don't know. Okay, but hopefully in your final submission all is okay lah. Okay. Kak Syah nak share kan? Madam Yati want to share something?
Before final assessment ni, that means they submit drawing and also model kan?
Model pun ya. Okay, just refer back to
the requirement.
The requirement ni here ni. Okay, ni drawing. Okay, remind you again and show you again what we expect for your submission. Drawing, plan, location, start, plan, scale 1 to 100. If you have problem with the scale, we can discuss. So 1 to 100 is very big, very huge. Cannot fit the A1 size, A0 size. Then we discuss. Okay. As of this moment, there's no any issue. There's no any issues raised to me. Then I assume that it's all okay. Elevation 4, section 2. At least this is minimum. The more you provide, the better. Means we can see that you understand your design. Kan? You understand your construction method. Perspective, exterior and interior. Detail section, roof, from floor to roof. This one is okay lah, 1 to 20. And as Madam Yati mentioned earlier, model. Model is always like a climax to architecture student, you know. During the final submission, when I visited any other university, this is final submission, right? Okay, final submission, but no model. I assume this is not final. Final is came with model, and there are also student providing with animation. that is the climax of final presentation of architecture student. Okay, log sheet, please. 10 log sheets minimum. The more, the better. Okay, design process and soft copy lah. Soft copy you have to submit it in goals lah. Clear about the requirement. Final.
And the design process also please compile with a proper proper compilation lah kan.
Yep.
You can actually show the design process in your board. In fact, you know, some of the things that you have, the processes that you have done can be shown on the board. So this is also very important. The processes will include the Nakli reference, the way that you come up with your design strategies. So these are all under design processes. Concept, so it's all under design process.
Okay. Apa lagi? Maybe we can set also the minimum and maximum presentation board, Madam Shana?
Yeah, I think so. I think with this size is about 6. Maximum.
Maximum is 6 lah kan. Minimum 4. So 4, 5, 6. Kan? You agree on that?
Yeah.
A1
Yeah.
A1.
But remind again lah, but the plotter maybe you want plot at our department punya kan. So make sure your time lah, timetable ke when you want to plot.
You are lucky guys. You are lucky because our department
provide
plotter free. That is why when it's free, I don't know there is benefit or not. But because during my time, it's not free. We have to spend our money for printing. A1 color, and then there's of money. During my time, I didn't print all in A1 in color. As for the plan or very simple basic design process, no need to enhance the view, the color. I just print it in A4. I have my own A4 printer, while printing, and then I do my work. And then after that, but I have extra job lah because after that you have to arrange, put in on a board. But I can save my money. I only print at least 2 to 3 board, which is the perspective and the elevation. That's all. Okay, it's up to you. If you want to use the department plotter, then it's okay. But you have to queue lah kan. Then the risk is there. When your turn is coming, then suddenly the plotter is jammed. The plotter is run out of ink. You have to have a plan B lah kan. You arrange it in your bed.
I hope we will not hear reasons of saying the plotter is out and we cannot submit on time. Those are the things that we have been hearing before this. So if the plotter has a problem, then it's a responsibility by the students to find alternative of a printing shop and so on. So this everybody have to understand, yeah. Because as Brunesh mentioned, in other places they don't have this privilege of printing in the university. So that means we have to tadi kan susah-susah dahulu we have to go through the hardship first and then we will get the easy part later. So plan yourself properly. If I think there is a schedule of printing with the third year, so please make sure that you do not clash them lah. The class rep atau Ikhwan class rep will have to discuss with the third year so that benda tu tak berlapis-lapis lah. Okay.
And then another thing, I've been informed that you need to submit application to use the lab, right? To the person in charge of the lab. Then please, I don't want to hear any comment later on. The architecture student just go to the lab without informing me. Something like that. We don't want to hear that, right? So follow the procedure. Follow the procedure, please.
Jangan zalim tadi
Jangan zalim.
Letakkan sesuatu pada tempatnya. Letakkan sesuatu pada tempatnya.
Apa lagi
Itu kena layak je. We have to binatkan.
Apa lagi? Any question lah from the student?
Yes.
Sir?
Yes.
I would like to ask for the model, what scale should we use to make it?
Okay. For this scale, normally this depend also on, because we ask you to certain scales kan, and sometimes it's B, that is a B. You maybe you can make on your judgment. How big is kan berapa according to yang suitable scale lah, suitable scale.
I think Nash is 150. 150.
150. Yeah, then you try 150. How big is that?
Why don't you make a base for 150 and then show to us? Show to us the base of a building which is 150. Then
later we decide 150, then suddenly it's an AO size of model. Okay, so
and the site plan can it looks like site
plan. That is why if I were you, I will follow the suggestion by Madam Shala earlier. I will try to find a base first. So from that base, then I can imagine how big is my model.
I think they might not be able to cover the whole site for the model because the site is quite big. The site is quite big. So you may have just the model and a little bit of your spaces outside, you know. You try to get the plinth of your building. Yeah. When I say plinth, that means the floor of your building. And then come and see us. And show to us this is 150, madam. And then we can agree or not agree lah. Okay, can you do that? I think from your drawing you can have that plinth of the building already.
Okay. Any other question?
Okay, any more?
Okay, maybe they requested about the mark. Okay, don't worry. It's already around 80% completion. Inshallah, by maybe if not this week, next Monday I will publish it to you. Okay, so you know where are you now. Then you then for you to how you have a strategy on how to achieve this. To increase, because final assessment carry a lot of mark. Don't bother about your grade 1, grade 2, task 1, task 3. That is all only, I think 40%. Because task 4 is 10% kan? Betul lah? Task 3, grade 1, grade 2 is only 40%. And then this final assessment is 50%. The other 10% is your Quran Jinnah. Okay? Ada lagi? Ada?
Ada kalau we can start the grade lah. Table grade.
Jom. No, Madam Yati want to share.
Oh yeah.
Just share because some student the drawing about the landscape tu the symbol is not macam not proper, and your plan tu macam tak tersusun. Maybe you want to design how you want to design landscaping to your site kan, especially macam dekat beach ke kan. And the surrounding lah kan. So saya tunjuk some samples from your seniors. Second year and also third year, maybe you nampak macam your second year maybe related, and third year also you can use this example to your design lah kan, insyaAllah. Okay, macam mana how to share ni. Macam mana share? Oh ni, share screen.
The reason why we ask Madam Yati to share with you, because from your drawing last time, yalah, we saw there's no landscape input. There's no landscape input. About landscape, there are softscape, there are hardscape. It must be integrated in all your drawings. Okay. When we talk about hardscape, it's about your pathway, kan? Softscape is about maybe your water element. Okay, please take note on this.
Okay, this is example from Aisyah kan, your senior kan. Okay, macam mana dia the layout of the landscaping, the hardscape and also the softscape. Okay, see the palm tree, they locate the symbol from this one from the Photoshop. You can use Photoshop, the palm tree symbol, and also the symbol from actually the plan you can use your own symbol. For example, here, maybe from the flowering and the shrubs, you can use your symbol. And what the name of your plant from the vegetation group, you already have your name of the plant, so you can use the name of the plant, and also you can use any symbol, and any symbol from the from the Photoshops, and maybe from your seniors, you can use your own library, and you cari lah, search from your internet. You can crop, for example, this palm tree, and actually from Photoshop, the library already have some symbol from the Photoshop punya tu, you can insert kan, from the Photoshops. Okay, and also the hardscape. Hardscape, maybe you have your water curtain, water element pergola, grass pergola, planter box, and so you can use this as a symbol from here, and you can use it to your plan here. This is one example. And also, not only to the your plan layout, you can use your section and put the plant section, detail section. Maybe you have your planter box, and you have rooftop garden, and also the horizontal or vertical plant to your wall or to the courtyard. Okay, this is an example. I say the palm tree, the bamboo. Okay, another example. Sorry. Okay, you can see Danish punya ke? Okay, from Danish ni kan, you can see the symbol again. Danish use own symbol kan, then can use that symbol to your plan layout. From the planter box, this example how you want to put your landscape to the planter box.
Diorang dah belajar landscape kan?
Masa ni dah belajar landscape lah.
Diorang dah belajar lah. Yang diorang
before that memang terabur. Okay. Okay, kita tengok Yati ni ke? Okay, Yati ni dia ada style, dia ada detail detail for the vertical or green wall, vertical green wall dia kan. So dia try to detail, use detail lah kan. Just try je, jangan takut lah. You can use any detailing that you want from the you can blow up the section detail tu kan. So you can see the you can see the the detail kan, macam mana how you plant the shrubs and the curtain wall kan. So this is how you design your plant. And actually you can use your grid lah. Kalau your grid is macam macam focal point or central or the circle kan, so you can use the grid also from the circle line tu, sama je. If your grid macam ni kan, grid dia macam apa, square, you can use the grid also. From the grid you can plant the tree, and then you choose your plant tu refer to the existing lah, existing plant you can use. Okay. Okay, another example, maybe third year kot kita tengok third year punya.
Kak Yati, sorry Dr. Yati.
Tak apa.
Dr. Yati, apa ni, there are some students yang guna symbols kan. I think it's very important that you highlight on the symbols. Because there are some symbols that the students use actually doesn't mean anything. For example, the choice of I don't know, is it only the trunk of the tree or is it a tree without leaves kan? So the type of symbol that you're using need to be correct. We are not in the 4 season punya country which the trees will not have leaves. So make sure that the symbol that you use is those trees with leaves. Yeah. So this is very important.
Okay, or you can use from Photoshop kan? Macam ni nampaklah yang Malaysian punya sorry
ada yang macam ni kan, ada yang macam ni. Ada yang macam tu kan.
Ada royal palm.
Tak ada daun.
Tak ada daun.
Yang tak ada daun. Oh, yang AutoCAD kan?
Dia ambil tu daripada AutoCAD. Tapi dia
daripada pedestrian. Ni.
But your floor plan tu you can use from Photoshop mapping tu you boleh kan draw untuk compose tu you can use like this lah yang Photoshop tu kan. This one example lah from Mara. Siapa ni? Mara. I see. Macam mana Mara use the palm tree, how she want to welcoming kan, welcome from the from the road kan, the main road, service road kan, use what plant that you want to use.
Okay. Another things Kak Yati kejap how Mara mark the road in terms of the circulation, you see? You see the turning radius kan, you see the turning radius. You see the turning radius, you see the circulation, ni pergi mana, ni pergi mana. Okay. There's a lot of example. You just can
kita tengok kan example dia, see? And the parking kan? The OKU parking.
I think this is also very important to show the line weight. Line weight ni the correct line weight for the drawings. So you can see the difference between the building and also the parking and so on. Semua lighter kan. So jangan highlight kapak tu. Color dia jangan bold. So because the building is higher kan. You have all the rooftop and so on. And then one more side plan. We need to put the rooftop the roof plan. Bukan ground.
Yeah. The roof kan, like this example, roof plan lah.
The side plan should show the roof plan. The side plan should show the roof plan, not the ground floor plan. And then the ground floor plan nak kena ada the context around it lah. You can see the ground floor plan. But the second floor, first floor plan tak perlu ada lagi your context tu. So benda tu kena betul. You make sure that you have that correct.
And so the landscape kan, the landscape jangan you can use macam mana yang trans macam nak blur sikit lah. Transparent kan. Transparent kan sikit lah.
Opacity dalam
opacity.
Opacity dia.
Lesser opacity.
So your building tu nampak lebih ni lah nanti if you not use that opacity tu pokok tu nampak very crowded.
You have to highlight on the building. Building is number 1, then only the landscape.
Okay, this one example. And then the section kan, the section also shows where is your ni lah the special, maybe the plant area kan, which one. Okay, another example. Kita tengok siapa punya Izzat tu.
Izzat. Wow.
Okay, tengok side plan dia kan. Okay. Okay, Izzat ni dia macam special dia ada macam rooftop punya area lah. Garden ialah dia macam cafe and outing punya kan. And also dia punya how dia approach to the lake tu, dia ada macam the hardscape punya area kan, the ramp. everyone dia ada strength lah, strength to the landscape punya konsep dan sebagainya kan. Okay, Farah. Maybe Farah you can okay. Okay, Farah dia conceptual about the sketch the landscape, how the landscape benefit to the design layout dia lah, kan?
That's very good. Very well done.
This one.
Ada konsep landscape
For the landscape,
For the landscape only dia ada approach lah, primary conceptual, respond to the context, how the plant context.
Well done.
Para topical study is also about landscape, kan?
Yep. Very good.
This why she did a lot very thorough study about landscape.
And then Farah dah register Master Landscape Architecture UPM.
Oh yeah.
Itu dia.
Dari Master Landscape.
That's good.
Okay, I see how they use the symbol kan. For example, maybe you can use the shrubs to enter maybe from pedestrians kan. Okay.
Dia macam contoh kalau dia part 1 architecture and then continue with master landscape. So nanti dapat LAR tu.
Belum lagi. After dia master landscape architecture, dia kena 2 years graduate.
Sama macam nak dapat architecture tu lah, IR juga lah. There's no restriction that you not degree in landscape, so you cannot get LR like landscape, like planner. Planner tidak to get TPR if you not came from a degree of town planning.
Macam kita architecture tak boleh juga.
Architecture pun tak boleh juga. How about landscape?
Landscape boleh.
Landscape boleh. Master landscape architecture boleh pergi kepada professional LAR.
Macam Dr. Yati lah. Dr. Yati degree kan? Degree in architecture.
Diploma dulu, diploma architecture, degree architecture, master landscape, PhD architecture.
Okay.
Okay. Another example.
Tu banyak dah example ni. Macam nak muntah tengok example tapi korang tak belajar lagi, aku tak tahulah.
Tahulah tengok Aina.
Aina. Mana Aina? Zahaba Aina.
The layout lah, dia punya style lain sikit lah. Macam ni kan, dia nampak the symbol. Ni yang nampak macam central, the water element kan. Sampai dekat to the lake kan. The approach from the building to the lake tu yang dia punya strength lah, the best. Then the section, detail section dia. Sorry tak besarkan . Okay. Ni the section kan, macam mana dia punya open decks tu. Dia adalah buat section Dia pool and fountain, dia detail lah. Detail also you can use any detail landscape kan, hardscape or softscape pun you can use for your detail punya section portion. Maybe from the conceptual drawing tu you have your own section to landscape section kan. Okay. Lela punya, nak tengok Lela punya?
Boleh. Tengok orang ni muntah.
Okay, you can use the perspective lah, perspective the landscape ni kan. How do you feel to your area and your yards kan? The hardscape and the softscape yang you develop to your site ni. See, dia punya ni macam nampak, walaupun nampak crowded the plant kan, sebab the area yang Tasik Usim Lake tu kan nampak all many plants yang berbagai-bagai kan, so they develop the symbols kan. Baru kita nampak the symbol kan. Then but your inside the design of landscape tu dekat your plan, you can use your idea lah, what the symbol that you want. Okay. In the island kan, the drop off area tu.
You see the drop
my
off.
student I drop off tu kan. The water fountain ke, the signage ke kan. Island. Okay, any question?
Faham.
Inilah sikit lah nanti create tu kita time to time kita tengok lah. Okay. Mana dia? Stop share. Okay.
Any question? Okay, if you all know question, I have question. Okay, basically from the example that there's a lot of example there shown by Madam Yati.
Oh, lupa Nesh, another one yang manual tu, manual sketch tu yang kata kan.
Manual sketch.
Sekejap share lagi sekali. Ada dua example. Two example. Okay, maybe the section manual ni.
Oh,
so you can use also like this. Ini saya punya lah. Kan? The section maybe you can use, you can use manual draw lah kan to the section. This one 1 to 50 punya section lah. So the section actually can tell everything inside your building kan. How do you feel the macam the environment kan? Okay, but how do you want use your plant tu kan? The concept of your plant tu.
Rindunya tengok sketch macam ni. Zaman-zaman kita.
Manual kan?
Zaman manual, rindunya zaman manual.
Another one maybe lagi satu master plan kot Okay, yang ni actually dia manual, saya buat manual but I compose to Photoshop. So some ada Photoshop and ada yang manual lah. See macam mana how you arrange the plant kan with different symbol. Kan? Manual plus Photoshop lah this one. The section also and you can use your section, section tu. It's very important how you want to know the slope tu kan. Slope tu nak nampak lah. Okay. Manual. So, tu je kot, I think. Okay. Alright.
Okay, any question? Any question? Semua faham?
Hebat yang faham.
Ada soalan tadi. Siapa ada soalan tadi? Syafiq.
Tak ada soalan. Okay, ada soalan. Any question?
Okay, tak ada. Semua faham. Maksudnya, semua faham. Everybody understand. So later on, we can see all of the element, all the information that shared by Madam Yati earlier in your drawing in the final presentation. Boleh? Boleh? Kan nanti tanya. Bila tanya tak ada soalan, tapi bila tengok tak ada pun. Okay, but it's okay. We have faith on you. We trust you that you are all understand and you can apply it in your drawing. Do you know where to get that all the example earlier? Do you know? Faiza, tak nak dapat mana?
Tahu sir.
Tahu kan? Okay, good. If you know where to find all those examples, then it's good lah. During my time kan susah. Tak macam ni.
Nak cari example.
Nak cari example
magazine ya, magazine.
Magazine, yeah, just find. But exactly like this. This is the okay. We want you to explain. We want you to come up with something like this. This is the example. Nah, ikut je lah. Like our time last time, we have to go find to our senior because there's no like sharing like email, WhatsApp. You have to go find them. Assalamualaikum bang, boleh tengok tak board? Can I see your board? Oh, my board is there. Go find them. Pergilah kita cari store. And now all there are a lot of soft copy you can download. Not enough, and you can Google. And Okay? If you stuck, you don't know what to do, you don't know your drawing is good enough or not, then you just find one benchmark, example. Then you compare to your drawing. Oh, this is the all of full information. And how about my drawing? All information here? Oh no, this one I have to add. Oh, this one, oh I have. Oh, this one, yes. Itu lah. Okay.
You
Boleh
know
lah.
that everybody know that you can access your seniors' work in the website, kan?
Banyak dah.
Tahu okay, example, because just now Madam Yati did mention to me that example of Nakli, because I've actually shared with you in the studio last week. So for those, maybe there are those who did not hear what I've shared. So please look into the website and see how they presented the Nakli reference. Yeah, it's not in it. I would suggest that you look at the accused work. In their semester 2 and their semester 3 when they did the student center, and also their food center. There are examples, good examples, like you can look into like Danish Akmal again, Shakir, Haikal, the way that they presented the Nakli reference very well. So you don't just have one Nakli reference in the whole board, no. You have the Nakli reference in each of the drawings, where is the location of it and how you give example. So you can see this the sample of doing it, because you have a lot of you have a lot of reference in Nakli and getting the inspiration to your design strategies. So you don't just lump everything in one board, no. You actually put it where you want to present it, so accordingly. So please have a look in the website. But if you have any problem, please come and see me. There's no harm on asking, Madam, I don't know and I don't understand this. You can just come and discuss. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I have a question.
Oh yes, Eba, please.
Okay. For Madam Yati about landscaping. Okay, so before we start landscaping and like not to fill in the gaps in the side, like not. How do you ensure that there's a unity in that when you put the trees, the flowers, the shrubs? How do you ensure that we're not just filling in the gaps just to make it beautiful? So what is the principle you follow here?
Okay, that's good question. Actually, when you want to plan your landscape design, it's the same concept with your design. For example, maybe you use colorful concept, maybe for example. So inside your building, your courtyard, maybe you can use flowering in different color, multicolor. Right? So that is your concept from your design and also concept to your landscape design.
Yes. Your concept of your design has to follow through in the landscape.
Yeah.
So the landscape will work as the enhancer, to show your concept better.
Back to the design process, not only like designing landscape, designing a building. You assume that you are artist, painting artist. You've been given a blank canvas. It's on you where you want to put that color, what type of geometrical nature elements, anything, then you fit what type concept.
You should be following the concept to enhance. Then
for example, your concept about the sensor, maybe the smells. Yeah, you can use any smell plant. You can use that.
Different fragrance, different fragrance. When you're walking, there are different fragrance that you are giving to the visitors. So
that's so interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So you can have that also.
Okay. Any other question? I think we should stop it, because the more information we give to the student, the more they will confuse later.
Just have a look at the example first, and then if you have any question, come and see us. Okay?
Yep. All right.
That's all I think for our morning online session. Then now let's continue with our own respective group for table create. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Madam Sarah. Thank you, Madam Yati. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay, Assalamualaikum. I'm in my office. So my group will come to my office, one by
Please.
one.
One by one.
Okay, saya
I'm in
online
the
for
studio.
today.
I'm in the studio. Yes, Madam.
Alright,
Yati.
okay.
Alright. Assalamualaikum. Bye-bye.
Salam.
Bye.